Cocoa in the Community is sponsored by Scandinavian Designs. Modern style for every budget.
Good morning, everybody. Danny here. Check this out. So beautiful. Nestled in the middle of the cityscape of downtown Denver, you'd be shocked to find pigs, horses, and a fully working farm. The 4 Mile Historic Park is home to the 4 Mile House, a refuge for pioneers traveling to Denver 160 years ago. We took a step back in time and bring you to the Cherokee Trail and show you where the 4 Mile House fits into this piece of Colorado history. All right, Morgan, so I grew up coming to 4 Mile Historic Park and I love it here. I just think it's so special. But for those who maybe have just moved here or don't know about you guys, tell us all about why you're so special.
Sure. So the 4 Mile House right behind us is the oldest standing house in Denver. It's certainly not the first thing that was ever built here, not from the first people who were on unceded Ute, Cheyenne, and Arapaho land, but this is the oldest standing house that's left. This section that we're in right now was originally built by the Brantner brothers in 1859. You can see from the inside it's the original log house style structure. On the outside right now there's some siding. It wasn't originally on there, but these original hand-carved logs are from native trees around the area. Only a few beams have been replaced over the years, so you can see some of the hand-hewn aspects of the home. So back here we have Mary's parlor and the bedroom that she stayed in with her teenage kids. As you can tell, not a ton of space. There is an attic upstairs that has about the same footprint as the space we've been in so far. She did occasionally host dances for her neighbors who were a bit further away than they are from us now. But you can take a peek back into their little bedroom. If there were women traveling on the trail at the time, she sometimes offered to let them sleep in her quarters with her and her kids. Menfolk had to stay up in the attic or out in the barns.
Sure. Still kind of tight quarters for having guests in here too.
Yeah, and just for living with your 2 kids all the time.
Right,
so.
Definitely. Okay, so Morgan, why is it called the 4 Mile House?
Because we're about 4 miles from the center of Denver. Broadway and Colfax, middle of town now, and it was the middle of town even back in the 1800s when the house was built. So this was on the Cherokee Trail, which most highways and byways now started as Native American foot trails, got co-opted into being wagon trails, and eventually turned into modern highways. This was the last stop on what was then the Cherokee Trail before you got into Denver. We have a lot of field trips here, and for a lot of kids who come, it's the first time they've ever seen like a horse in person. You wouldn't expect to see 3 horses in the middle of the city all the time, so it's actually, it's a really great opportunity for people to come see, have a little oasis of country in the middle of the city. So another interesting tidbit about Mary is that she would take samples of wallpaper from the trading wagons as they went by, but she would never buy enough to do an entire wall, which is why the wallpaper down here does not match and is protected by the plexi. Wow. This is her original wallpaper. So it's just really interesting to see, how people could beautify their homes on a budget at the time.
Yeah, that's smart.
We do have cell phone service out here, but a lot of times people will put it in their pocket and not really look at it until they leave again, it's really great to see people, engaging with the land a little bit more, playing with some of our prairie games instead of, just on the phone all the time. So Mary Cocker, who was the second owner of the house, rumor has it she would distill her own clear liquor, like a White Lightning type of clear liquor, but people were used to buying brown liquor, so she would put it in the spittoon to give it a little flavor and a little color to make it more marketable. I think that's hysterical.
That's amazing. That's creative. That's innovative right there.
Businesswoman, like I said.
I love that. Oh my God, that's so funny.
It's just really great to have a piece of history here, have a museum people can come visit, and we're really lucky that we have 12 acres surrounding the house that we can operate as kind of a working farm for people to come visit.
Oh, guys, I loved going there as a kid. Check out 4 Mile Historic Park and get a tour of the famous 4 Mile House right in the heart of the city. Visit 4milepark.org for details. Now here's our friend Kayla from 4 Mile with some amazing events happening this fall.
So our first event in October is going to be the Pumpkin Harvest Festival. That is on October 8th and 9th. It is an all-day fall festival. Everything you can think of that would be at a fall festival will be there. We're also going to have a really, really big marketplace. This is our largest one we've ever had. We have over 35 vendors that are going to be there. On top of that, we've got a Hawk's Quest coming, so you can get the chance to come and meet a bald eagle. So we're gonna have that as well as an owl and I believe some other birds of prey. Our next event after that is going to be Spirits and Spirits. That's our 21 and up night on October 22nd. So that involves really anything metaphysical, anything eerie and creepy is going to be the theme. It's going to be at nighttime, so you'll get to see the park after dark, which is really exciting. You can have your tarot read. We'll have multiple tarot readers who all specialize in different things. We're going to have a live screening of the Phantom Carriage, the silent film, with a live score by a violinist. So that'll be all outdoors as well, so that'll be really exciting. Included in Spirits and Spirits, obviously, is a bunch of bars as well, so you can get your fix on alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverages. So our last event is Halloween Haunt. That is on October 29th, and it's sort of our kid-friendly version of Spirits and Spirits. So it gives kids the chance to come into the park and see it at night. One of the main things that's actually going to be at both events is Lunacies. That is a theater dance troupe that is going to come out here and perform their grim legends. Really spooky. They're Tim Burton-esque, so it is recommended for 8 and up, but it is going to be really exciting.
Scandinavian Design sponsored today's Coco in the Community Story. Shop showrooms in Denver, Westminster, or Highlands Ranch, or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com.